Enderbritos. Hola chicos, estamos ahora sí en el último vídeo de Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach hasta que salga el DLC que en teoría tiene que salir este año, así que recemos por volver a ver a Freddy en nuestro mundo o volver a ver a cualquiera de los animatrónicos que tenemos aquí. Pero bueno, vamos a disfrutar del último vídeo. Disfrutamos del pasado de Vanessa o de Bunny, depende de cómo lo queráis ver. Y os voy a enseñar cómo poner los CDs retros que conseguimos en el anterior vídeo que os puse ahí el tutorial. Uy, ¿esto qué? No, eso no quería enseñar. Los CDs retros, estos que conseguimos, que eran 16 CDs retros. Y vamos a ir a la sala de Michael Afton barra Springtrap, ¿vale? Depende de cómo lo queráis ver. Vamos a su sala y ahí escucharemos. Y os preguntaréis, pero Ender, si tú nunca has enseñado ninguna sala secreta ni nada. Exactamente, es que este vídeo es un 2x1, porque tiene literalmente la sala y también los CDs. Así que, Freddy, te necesitamos. Y muy urgente, os he de avisar, mientras vamos de camino, que vais a necesitar tanto las garras de Montgomery como el grito de chica. Lo vais a necesitar las dos cosas, porque si no, no podréis llegar a la sala. Igual que también necesitáis la faz cámara, ¿vale? Sin la faz cámara, mal, pero por intuir... No veo una mierda. Ahora, si tenéis las garras y también el pico, la faz cámara la tenéis que tener sí o sí. Así que por esa parte ni os preocupéis. En verdad, ¿para qué utiliza Freddy aquí? Vamos a bajarnos. No vaya a ser que la batería se nos consuma, porque tenemos que pegarnos una buena caminata, ¿eh? Os voy a enseñar así tutorial, pero muy largo. Bueno, en verdad no, simplemente seguir recto el caminito este. Habrá un momento que nos tendremos que subir porque está chica por la zona, ¿vale? Tenemos que seguir recto por donde nos fuimos la primera vez, justo por esa zona. Si no recuerdo mal, ahora hay que girar para la derecha. Molaría mucho entrar ahí dentro. ¿Qué hay ahí dentro? Hola. Ah, son staffbots, simplemente. Pues vale. Ahora en teoría creo que tenemos que subir aquí, ¿puede ser? A lo mejor me estoy equivocando, ¿eh? Y hay un corte, quién sabe. Sube, 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 cortito, sube. Pero si no recuerdo mal... Ah, tenemos que seguir por aquí, ¿puede ser? Sí. Aquí está chica, ya la escucháis. Freddy, me subo en ti un momento, ¿vale? Porque pues te necesitamos. Yo os voy a enseñar el caminito. Aquí se escucha chica siempre, pero no sé si realmente está chica aquí. Yo por si acaso prefiero asegurar, porque siempre se le escucha. Aquí conseguimos uno de los discos, ¿recordáis? De los primeros, de hecho. Y podéis ir tanto por aquí como por ahí. Os va a llevar al mismo sitio, así que da un poco igual. Vamos por aquí y encontramos esta sala, ¿vale? ¿Recordáis cuando al principio de FNAF aquí nos aparecía Montgomery Gator y teníamos que correr para allí? Vale, pues esta vez vamos a meternos por esta zona. Y aquí tenemos una valla, que yo ya la abrí, ¿vale? Que aquí necesitáis las garras de Montgomery y aquí el grito de chica, en teoría, ¿vale? Garras y grito. Seguimos y está esta sala de aquí. Pero si seguimos recto, ¿veis? Aquí está la puerta de chica. Si seguimos recto, tenemos esto de aquí abajo. Atentos, ¿eh? Y escuchad muy atentamente, pero muy atentamente. Esa canción es de la serie de Five Nights at Freddy's, la serie oficial y totalmente lore de Five Nights at Freddy's. Aquí hay una puerta. Aquí hay una puerta secreta. Pero aquí teníamos una cartita que, si me acuerdo, a ver... papel rasgado, te dan ¿vale? Están ahí, pero verlas no puedes. En medio de la oscuridad encontraré las llaves. Eso es un puzzlecito, ¿vale? Puzzlecito, pues simple. Y es tan fácil como coger la faz cámara. Esto no es la faz, esto sí. Y en cuanto le dé a la foto... Puerta abierta. Atentos, ¿eh? La habitación de Michael Afton, Sprinter. Tenemos aquí la silla morada. ¿Por qué será? Y la serie de Five Nights at Freddy's, Freddy and Friends. Se ve tan amigable el Freddy, en verdad, y el Bonnie, y chica. No está Foxy, qué falta de respeto. Ahí ha dejado unas palomitas. Espérate, me hace ilusión sentarme en el sillón de Michael Afton. Así estaba de chill Michael Afton. Y si giramos aquí... Uy, ¿qué es esto, gente? Pulsar botón y reproduciremos los discos. Yo me quedaré totalmente callado porque pues tengo que traducirlos después con el editor y verás tú el trabajito, a no ser que tenga subtítulos, pero me da a mí que no. Así que disfrutad y veamos lo que nos dice.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you feeling today? You look a little tired.
Un poco cansada, bueno. Ha pasado tiempo desde la última vez que hablamos. ¿Qué tal llevas la ansiedad? ¿Seguiste muy bien el protocolo para tranquilizarte la primera vez? Trabajamos juntas, ¿todavía lo usas?
Yes? Okay, good. Well, now I understand there's a new issue. It came on just recently, rather suddenly. Can you tell me about it?
Eso es como una psicóloga, ¿no?
I've been doing my job. I come in and sit at my desk and do my work.
Yes, of course you do. Your performance reviews are good. But a routine check of your online history has revealed that you spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation. We have transcripts, and I've read them. But it's not clear what you're talking about in these conversations. I can't make sense of it. You must be getting something from these that I'm not getting, right? Who are you talking to in these?
No one. Sometimes I talk with Lewis. He's in the marketing department. He's nice, I guess.
Yes, I see Lewis here.
Lo de Luis,
But
pero hay
there's
alguien más.
someone else.
Vanessa, ¿con quién diablos hablabas? A ver, teorizando Michael Afton, ¿no? Teorizando. Y por eso lo de Bunny. A ver, se le puede dar a la siguiente.
Good morning. Isn't it a pretty day? No? What's the matter? Oh, right. Too bright.
Cierran
pull the
las
shades.
persianas.
Better? When the shades pulled, it
O sea, iba al
shows up in a
psicólogo,
cubbyhole or cave.
Vanessa.
Yeah? So you're not talking to me again today. This isn't all that productive, you know. Don't you think the sessions are more successful when you talk to me? You know, everyone associated with this company gets performance reviews, right? When my sessions don't get results, my reviews aren't very good. If you don't want to talk for your own sake, how about for mine? You don't want me to get in trouble, do you? I could be put in the corner for a timeout. Yeah, you think that's funny, huh?
Esa ha sido cortita, ¿eh? Está curioso esto, ¿eh? A ver, siguiente.
Hi.
Hola, adelante,
Sit
siéntate.
down.
No te
I
conozco.
don't know you.
¿Qué le pasa?
What
No
happened
te-
to...
Oh, we'll get to know each other
He
in
leído
no
tu
time.
expediente. Es como si
I've read
llevásemos
through all your files, so I feel like we've been
semanas
talking for
hablando. Siento
weeks.
como si
I
también
feel like I know your
conociera a
dad
tu
too.
padre Bill, ¿verdad?
Bill, right?
Tu padre
Your
se
dad's name
llamaba
was
Bill.
Bill.
Solo que no
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I try to do what I'm supposed to do.
I know you do. Your supervisor notes that you follow instructions perfectly. Your dad made you follow instructions, didn't he? I'm talking about the custody battle between your mum and your dad. Your dad didn't play fair.
Hostia,
did
Vanessa
he?
tenía
He
problemas
used to make your
familiares
mum look bad in
interesantes,
court.
¿eh?
I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you want to talk about how that felt? I suppose I don't need you to tell me it felt bad to have a parent scare you into saying things that weren't true. He manipulated you. It wasn't your fault. It's really sad. But it's common for one parent to use their child to hurt the other parent. I know your mum after she lost the custody case.
I was supposed to be a good girl.
What happened to her had nothing to do with you, even though it was
No van a la
your
vez, el
testimony
audio y
that
los
did it.
subtítulos ni de coña.
Was that testimony true? No, I didn't think so. But your dad is to blame, not you.
Ahora sí va. Iba súper desigual, por cierto, los subtítulos y el de esto. O sea, problemas familiares de que el padre manipulaba a Vanessa para estar en contra de la madre, ¿no? O algo así, del estilo. Si me equivoco, gente, no me culpéis, ¿vale? Es la primera vez que escucho estas cintas, no he visto teorías, no he visto nada. Es la primera vez y esto es como para todos los nuevos, estáis viendo esto conmigo, yo no sé nada.
You're not going to talk to me? No?
¿Qué
What's the
problema?
problem? Oh, the
Las
flowers?
flores. Sí, hoy tienen un olor
Yes, these are particularly
bastante
fragrant
fuerte, ¿no?
today, aren't
Las
they?
quitaré de aquí.
I'll move them.
Y se escucha, ¿eh?
There. Now, let's see. What are you looking at? You're amazingly alert, aren't you? All right. Well, I'd like to have you tell me about yourself. But I can see that you're not going to do that. Or are you? All right then. If you aren't going to talk to me, I'll just go by these notes. You just sit there and be comfy. Or not. That chair doesn't really fit you, does it? Well, this won't take long. Let's see. Your previous counselor is no longer available. Does that bother you? No? You don't look surprised to see me sitting here instead of your last therapist. Well, then, let's get to it. I'll admit that some of what's in your file is a little surprising. Overall, you don't come across as a troublemaker. But if you read between the lines, it's clear that you have a little rebellious side, right? And I'm surprised by your knowledge of computers. You're something of a phenom. Do you know what that word means? It means you have unusual skill, like a hacker. I assume you know what a hacker is. Yes? Do you think of yourself as a hacker?
Madre mía. La Vanessa, madre mía. Está un poco trastornada gravemente, ¿eh? Siguiente CD retro, a ver. Está interesante esto, me está gustando, ¿eh?
Good morning, Vanessa. Let's jump right in, shall we? I got a message last night about you, and I have to be honest, it was upsetting. Apparently, the IT department has put together a pretty lengthy report chronicling non-job-related communications that have been coming to your computer. The fact that you're still doing something obviously not work-related on the job is disturbing enough. But what bothers me about what I read is that the messages you're getting seem very manipulative in nature. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I get a lot of messages from friends. I like when Lewis writes to me. He's funny.
I'm not talking about Lewis. You know who I'm talking about. Why won't you open up about it? What you might not know is that this person who's been sending you messages has been hacking into your personal files too. These are the same files I have here. These files are full of details about your life. Do you know what that means?
I'm not in the tech department. I just type on the computers.
I know that. But what matters here is that this person who is contacting you knows a lot about you.
Lots of people know more than I do. Sometimes I need to listen.
Bueno, también parece que los amigos manipulaban a Vanessa, ¿no? O eso, o alguien en particular manipulaba a Vanessa, por lo que entiendo. Yo ya digo, a lo mejor me estoy equivocando completamente y no estoy entendiendo nada. Pero la intención es lo que cuenta. Y el vídeo estoy trayéndolo. Así que sigamos escuchando.
Good morning. It's good to meet you. I've read your file, so I'm up to speed on what you and your previous therapists have worked on. Sure, you can have a candy. I'll have one too. You look chill sitting there like that. Not a care in the world, huh? All right. Well, I'd like to start by talking about your parents. What happened to them and you was tragic. But when I looked through the notes, I didn't get a sense that you've processed that emotionally. When I read your account of what happened, it came across as, well, more of an objective rather than a subjective narrative. Oh, sorry. You don't know what that means, do you? What I mean is that the way you told the story is more like you were reading something from a book than you were talking about your own past. That makes me think you've cut yourself off from it. Is that right? Not sure? Well, I see in your file that you spend a lot of time by yourself and are good at self-dialogue. You know what I mean? Asking yourself questions and getting answers. So maybe you should ask yourself how you really feel about your past. Maybe you should give yourself a chance to really look at what happened and let yourself be upset about it. So you can let it go.
Parece también que Vanessa no sabía lo que estaba bien, lo que estaba mal, ni si ella había hecho algo mal. No sabía nada y le estaba diciendo ahí la psicóloga: tienes permiso a enfadarte. Si ves que han hecho algo mal tu familia o lo que sea, enfádate, porque tienes todo el derecho del mundo de enfadarte de todo lo que te hicieron antiguamente o te hacen actualmente. Hostia, me está empezando hasta a dar un poco de pena, ¿no? A mí la verdad un poquillo sí. A ver la siguiente.
Hi, Vanessa. Would you like a candy? Butterscotch today.
No, thank you. Those have 35 calories apiece.
Well, they taste good to me. Okay, I thought we could do something today that will help us get to know one another better. It looks like you've never taken an ink blot test, right? No? Okay. Then I'm going to show you some ink blots, like this one. And I want you to tell me the first thing it makes you think of. Here we go. What do you see here?
A treehouse.
It does look sort of like a treehouse, doesn't it? Do you like treehouses?
I like to sit outside and read.
That's good. Now, what about this one?
A beetle.
Really? Looks like a face to me. That's very interesting.
Una cara. ¿A qué se refería con que veía una cara? ¿Una cara de quién? Yo solo cuando dice que ve una cara o que le hablaba a alguien solo pienso en... Creo que ya sabéis en qué pienso, ¿no? Siguiente cinta.
Have you thought more about what we talked about? In our last session, you told me you were sad and scared about what happened to you. I suggested you write down exactly what made you so sad and scared. Did you do that? You know, I work with people of all ages, from little kids to the very elderly, and everyone reacts to tragedy differently. Tragedy always leads to a feeling of loss. It's a hole that feels funny, right? Yeah. So, if you could process those feelings, how do you think it would affect your fantasies? Would you keep them in the way they are?
Sinceramente no tengo nada que añadir a este CD retro, es curioso. Simplemente quiero seguir escuchando. Esto es ahora mismo como la droga de FNAF. Sigamos.
What are you doing? Oh, you like those? I do too. They smell so sweet, don't they? Apparently, the janitor on this floor has a garden and has been putting bouquets in the offices here for years. Do you ever grow things? No?
I work a lot.
I know you do. Maybe more than you should. More free time would do you good. Do you have a hobby? No? Perhaps we could find one for you, like a sport. No? I have a craft space in my basement. Maybe I could come up with something you could learn to do.
I don't like dark basements.
Que no le gusta los sitios oscuros. Intuyo que será por su trauma del pasado o le ha pasado algo más para tener miedo a los sitios oscuros, aunque bueno, hay mucha gente que tiene miedo a los sitios oscuros y no tiene que ser por algo, simplemente tiene miedo a los sitios oscuros, así que no tiene mucho.
I'd say make yourself comfortable, but I think you already are. It looks like you could take a nap. That's a nice chair, isn't it? According to these message logs, you've been working pretty late over the last couple of weeks. Or not working. Are you ready to talk about who you're interacting with? From what I can see here, the interaction is getting more serious. Is it distracting you from your work?
My work is important. There's a non-disclosure agreement.
¿Por qué el trabajo de Vanessa es confidencial? Si al fin y al cabo estaba trabajando aquí, ¿no? Está trabajando en la pizzería de FNAF. ¿Por qué tiene que ser tan confidencial? No sé, puede decir, estoy trabajando en la pizzería de FNAF. Y no tendría nada tampoco malo, ¿no? Creo yo. No sé. A no ser que sea Bunny.
Vanessa. Well, I can't blame you for looking out the window instead of listening to me. It's a gorgeous day, isn't it?
I like the blue sky.
So do I. Now, let's see what we can get done on this nice sunny day. Okay, here we go. I know part of your job requires you to do online searches, but a routine audit of your search history has revealed that you're doing a little private searching on company time. Is that right?
I get breaks.
That's true. So, on your breaks, it looks like you were shopping for a costume. You purchased some fake fur material. What are you gonna make? What was that? Did you say the costume is a secret? Why is that?
I can't talk about this. He said he would always be watching. He could be here, or there, or anywhere in between.
Are you talking about your dad? Have those feelings come up again? I hate sounding like a broken record, but this is something you really need to resolve if you're ever going to be happy.
I have. I compartmentalized him. He's locked away.
No, that's not what I mean. You can't just ignore an issue. You have to face your memory of the experiences and process them so you can let it go. So you don't get triggered anymore. You can use a sort of self-dialogue to release these things.
I don't like doing that.
Well, okay. We'll get back to that. I'd really like to know something about this costume. What's it for?
Este disco, bueno, este CD me ha interesado mucho. Este diría yo que es de los más importantes, porque es sobre el disfraz de Bunny. El disfraz que Vanessa controla, pero que a la vez no es ella misma, porque Bunny no es Vanessa del todo. Es como que está controlada por Michael Afton / el hombre morado. Y por eso ha dicho, o sea, cuando la psicóloga le dice, oye, pero es de tu padre, y dice, no tiene nada que ver con mi padre, me estaría observando esa persona y no, porque ya sabéis cómo es Michael Afton y es un poco pobre Vanessa, ¿eh? Está ahora sí manipulada a niveles estratosféricos, pobrecilla, y encima con lo de Bunny, o sea, le obligará a ponerse el traje de Bunny para hacer algo. Matar niños, a lo mejor. Matar al niño. La obsesión de Michael Afton. Puede ser. Sigamos.
I understand you'll be transferring to a different location soon. I'll be sorry to see you go. I think we've been making progress. Don't you? You can request to come back and speak with me more on your own time, though. Did you know that? Our sessions don't have to be company mandated. I have all sorts of clients, Vanessa. I don't just work with corporations. I work with individuals and small groups. I even work in schools. I'm wherever I'm needed.
I'm needed somewhere else now. Thank you.
Vale, intuyo que esto es ahora sí cuando Vanessa se fue a trabajar aquí a la pizzería de FNAF Security Bridge, intuyo. Y entonces se tuvo que ir de la psicóloga. Pero la pregunta es, ¿volvieron a hablar o nos saldrán cintas más anteriores a esto. Sigamos viendo.
When I'm getting to know a new client, I like to start by finding out directly from them what they like to do. How do you spend all the time you have? Nothing. Well, how do you feel about sports? You like sports? Yeah? No? Oh, I get it. You like to watch them, but not play them. You like being inside, don't you? I get that. Lots of weird stuff outdoors, isn't there? Yeah, I understand. Well, I hate to do this right off the bat, but I've been directed to ask you about this. Apparently, I'm the 4th therapist you've had. And apparently, all 3 of your former therapists have gone missing. Or 2 of them are missing. I don't want to scare you, but I have to tell you that one of them was found dead. That doesn't seem to upset you. Well, then I guess I'll go ahead and tell you that the woman's body was pretty messed up. It looked like it was mangled by machinery. That doesn't bother you either? It's all pretty strange, I think. I'm not clear on the circumstances. Apparently the police don't have any evidence. How does all of this make you feel? Maybe I should be watching my back. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it? Okay, shall we move on to something lighter?
O sea, las anteriores psicólogas que hemos escuchado, la que se acaba de escuchar y la del principio, han encontrado el cadáver de una de ellas, que seguramente las mató pues Bunny por lógica suprema, y ahora tiene una nueva psicóloga, que es esta que se ha escuchado, pero a Vanessa no se la ha escuchado hablar. Lo único que se ha visto es que se ha reído como muy débilmente, ¿no? Por así decirlo. Curioso cuanto menos, la verdad.
Do you know a place called Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex? I'll take your silence as a yes. And besides, I know you know it, because the technicians who work for Pizzaplex know you. Or rather, I guess it would be better to say that they think they do. They report that they've caught you on camera, or at least it appears to be you. Nothing to say about that? Well, the techs are convinced that you've hacked into their system many times. Although, I'll admit I don't see any proof here. Seems like they have more of a gut feeling than fact. But apparently, the hacks are causing all kinds of problems. You get a kick out of that? The idea of techs running around like chickens with their heads cut off? Yeah, that's a funny image, isn't it? But seriously, I have to say that I think it's weird that you'd spend so much time in such a busy, social place. You seem like more of a loner to me. Lots of time by yourself instead of with friends. Lots of time talking to yourself. Right? Is it the electronics you like? I saw in your file that you have developed software programs that talk to you in repeat phrases, right? The program asks you questions and prompts you for responses. It's kind of like your own self-therapy, isn't it? Another way of talking to yourself to work things out, right? When I saw some of your recent encrypted conversation logs, that's what I thought I was looking at. It felt like I was watching someone go back and forth in their own head. But the techs found something that's different than that. When I read what they found, at first, I thought I was looking at more examples of you just talking with yourself. Then I realized it was different. When I study this, it sounds like there is someone else responding to you. Who is it?
Que Vanessa se colaba al Pixaplex, se colaba aquí, hackeaba las cámaras, se hackeaba las cosas y hacía que la gente se volviera loquísima en plan, ¿pero quién está hackeando esto? Y por las cámaras pues veían que era Vanessa o alguien muy parecida a Vanessa, ¿no? Interesante. Vamos a escuchar el penúltimo CD y luego el último. Y estos yo creo que van a ser los más tochos de todos, pienso, o a lo mejor no.
I saw some ink blot test results in your file. I like ink blot tests. You want to do one? Yes? Okay. How about this one? What do you see? What? You want to hold it? Okay. You think it's a mask? It reminds you of a mask? Like a disguise? Yeah, I can see that. You like the idea of being disguised? Disguises let you be sort of invisible, don't they? You can get away with almost anything when you're invisible, can't you? Yeah, you like that idea, huh? Well, okay, moving on. I have another report we need to talk about. Apparently, the techs were reviewing communications going in and out of this building, and they came across some interesting things. They say you were in communication with someone, or maybe something. Pretty strange. What do you think about that? Nothing? Well, the techs say it looked to them like it was an attempt to manipulate you, or maybe to lure you somewhere. There, that's better. On this side of the desk, I can see your eyes. The thing is, when I read the communications, I get something different out of them. I don't think you're being manipulated here. I think you're the one doing the manipulating. No comment? Huh? Okay. Then how about this? I have this still shot the techs pulled from the security footage that recorded you in the Pizzaplex. That's you, isn't it? I know this image is distorted, but I think it looks like you. And you're not alone here. You're talking to someone. Or something. It's hard to tell. What are those things? They almost look like rabbit ears. What? You find that amusing? Well, I guess it is.
Esta cinta ha sido una bomba, ¿eh? Cambio de psicóloga. Bueno, lo debería haber dicho antes, pero cambia de psicóloga de nuevo. Y pues ya la psicóloga ya no se anda con tonterías. Le empieza a decir, oye, ¿qué piensas? ¿Que yo soy tonta? ¿Que a ti te manipulan? ¿Qué va? ¿Qué va? Tú eres la que manipula, obviamente tú eres la que está manipulando las cosas y está haciendo todas las mierdas estas. Y luego le enseña una foto de que está hablando con alguien, ella, y es alguien que parece como un conejo. Un conejo. Hay dos opciones. Un conejo puede ser Michael Afton o algo relacionado con Bunny, porque recordad uno de los finales secretos que había Bunny abajo, que era Vanessa, pero luego había otra Vanessa arriba. Y eso no se acababa de entender, pero no creo que hayan dos Vanessas. Yo pienso que aquí hablaba con Springtrap. Bueno, tenía otro nombre, no es Springtrap aquí, ahora mismo no me acuerdo. Fuera coñas. Oye, me acabo de cagar porque veis eso verde de ahí, por un momento parecía una cara y me he cagado. Eso, lo que decía, que... ¿Plustrap? No, Plustrap es el chiquitito, no me acuerdo el nombre. Springtrap o Michael Afton, lo dejamos como Michael Afton, ¿vale? Pero que estaba hablando con Michael Afton, así que él... sí que le estaban manipulando, Michael Afton. Esa es la cosa. Ahora, creo sí, la última cinta.
I got another message from the techs at the Pizzaplex. I'm afraid it's about you again. The techs have been struggling to fix some serious glitches with the robots. I'm not sure what exactly is wrong, except that it's making the robots more eerie than entertaining. You like that? Eerie instead of entertaining? Thanks, but it's really not that funny. Apparently, the glitch extended beyond the robots. It went system-wide. It began infecting all the machines, and when the techs traced the glitch back to its origin, it led them to you. I'm not going to pretend to understand everything I'm reading here, but what I get is that the system-wide glitch was like a cascade that was broadcasting a very dangerous message. While the techs were trying to reprogram the system to remove the glitch, the source of the glitch shifted. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not all that familiar with computer programming, so I might get this wrong, but what I understand is that the glitch stopped being a glitch and turned into an intentional set of subroutines that were aimed at creating the same thing the glitch created. Those subroutines seem to have come from you. Can you explain that? Listen, I'm on your side here. Our sessions are just between you and me. The techs can't prove what they think, so you're not in trouble. I just thought you could tell me what you're trying to do. Maybe if we could get to the bottom of that, it could help you. What do you think? Still not talking? All right. Well then let's do this. Why don't we talk about the research I did in your past, shall we? Some therapists think they should only focus on information they get from their clients, but some therapists, like me, think it's helpful to find out about clients from other sources. Wanna guess what I found out when I looked into the tragedy of your past? All that stuff about your parents? You aren't even gonna look at me? Fine. You can look at the floor all you want. But it won't change the fact that none of what you said in your file about your parents was true. The truth is, you had great parents, a great childhood. Why did you lie? Look at me. Tell me why you lied. You... Well, I can understand why you might feel angry about the way I just confronted you. Why don't we come back to this another day? You're shaking your head as though that's not going to happen.
Hostia, este ha sido interesante. Todo lo que dijo Vanessa al principio de que hemos empezado a escuchar los CDs era mentira. Nunca le maltrató su familia, nunca le manipuló su familia. Tenía una familia increíble y estupenda. La pregunta es, ¿y por qué Vanessa hacía eso? ¿Simplemente era cosa de Michael Afton? ¿Era ella misma quien decidía ser de estas maneras? Hostia, creo que ya no hay nada más. A ver, le voy a dar, pero para saber. No, ya no me deja darle. Ahí ya está. Hostia, la historia, la historia de Vanessa, el pasado de Vanessa ha estado... Vaya videazo para terminar Five Freddy's Security Breach. Y ya no habrá más hasta el DLC. Se siente mucha gente, pero yo no le puedo sacar más chicha. Si alguien sabe algún secretito que decirme, o algo más que me haya dejado que sea así de este nivel de importancia, decídmelo y yo haré un vídeo. Pero yo diría que no hay nada más. Pero madre mía, la historia, Conclusión, Vanessa iba al psicólogo y mentía sobre que su familia le maltrataba. Y hackeaba las cosas de aquí del Pixaplex, las cámaras y cosas así, pero no creo que fuera para ella, sino que para que Michael Afton investigara todo. Pienso eso, que lo hacía para que Michael Afton desde abajo viera, porque si no recuerdo mal habían abajo unas cámaras o algo así, ¿no? Cuando hicimos el final de Lore. Así que yo pienso que era para eso. Y el Michael Afton le manipulaba de mil maneras para haz esto, haz lo otro, no hagas caso de lo que te dicen estas personas, cosas así. O le manipulaba con muerte. Luego el traje de Bunny se le iba creando ella, del pelaje, todo, es lo que han dicho. Mató, según lo que dice la psicóloga, mató a varios psicólogos, a 2 o 3 anteriores. Se los cargó, de hecho a uno lo dejó tan masacrado que bueno, como que no se le reconocía, era irreconocible ese cadáver. Y por suerte se intuían que algo con relación a Vanessa tenía, pero de ahí nunca Nunca le llegaron a pillar, ni nunca le han llegado a decir nada a Vanessa. De hecho, está trabajando aquí. O eso es lo que nos hace parecer. Quién sabe si ella no está trabajando y simplemente se ha colado aquí para cargarse a niños. O para hacer que Michael Afton se largue de este sitio y pueda seguir cargándose gente desde el punto más alto. De eso, por eso la habitación esta. Puede ser que por esto es la habitación esta. Ya lo sé. Claro, Michael Afton... Sí, porque las palomitas en el suelo no están ni podridas, no están verdes, no están nada. Michael Afton está aquí. Por aquí se pasa él. Pero completamente. Él se sienta aquí de chill y se pone a ver esto porque le debe traer recuerdos del primer FNAF o del segundo, porque esto es la serie antigua. Es posible. Yo voy soltando teorías, gente. Vosotros dejadme vuestras teorías y lo que penséis de todo lo que hemos escuchado. Si queréis, dejádmelo ahí en los comentarios, dad like, compartid. Y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo de Final Fantasy Security Breach cuando salga el DLC. Que lo haré instantáneamente cuando salga, porque va a ser gratis, gente, va a ser gratis. Así que nada más salga ese mismo día me veréis en directo por aquí, quien quiera estar. El próximo vídeo será el viernes que viene, de Fornite, por cierto, a quien le interese, de mejores momentos. Ya sabéis que tengo ahí una serie desde hace un montón de años. Y bueno, sin nada más que añadir, like se merece, suscribiros si os apetece, y adiós, bye.